Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today's our topic is the beta oxidation of fatty acids. As the beta oxidation of fatty acids. In the previous lecture, we will study the beta oxidation of fatty acid steps, in which the first of all we recall these steps. First step is the activation of fatty acids. Second step is the dehydrogenation. The third step is the hydration. Fourth step is the dehydrogenation again. And the fifth step is the breakdown of fatty acyl CoA into acetyl CoA. As we calculated the energy production during this beta oxidation, in the energy production of this beta oxidation, we will see that if we contain the 16 carbon molecule, it would produces the 8 acetyl CoA, and it generated by the 7 cycles of beta oxidation. These 8 acetyl CoAs are generated by the 7 cycles of the beta oxidation. This is the in case of now we are going towards the beta oxidation. As we know that the fatty acids are of different chain lengths, either they are the odd chain fatty acids or either they are the even chain fatty acids. If they are the even chain fatty acids, then the produced molecules during this beta oxidation is acetyl CoA. But if the molecule of fatty acid that is oxidized by the beta oxidation is odd chain, then the last cycle of beta oxidation not produces the simply 2 acetyl CoAs. Rather than of that, they produces 1 acetyl CoA and 1 propenyl CoA. In case of odd chain fatty acids, it produces in the last cycle the 1 acetyl CoA and 1 propenyl CoA, the 3 carbon compound. Here is the differentiation between the even chain fatty acids and the odd chain fatty acids. In case of even chain fatty acids, in the last cycle of beta oxidation, the both molecules produced at the end are of acetyl CoA. So there is 2 acetyl-CoA produced in the last cycle of the beta oxidation in case of the even chain fatty acids. But in case of odd chain fatty acids, the produced two molecules at the end of the beta oxidation is one is the acetyl-CoA and the second one is the propanyl-CoA. So this propanyl-CoA not goes to the citric acid cycle directly because it is not converted into the acetyl-CoA and it is converted into the succinyl-CoA, that is the intermediate of the tricarboxylic acid cycle. So by this succinyl-CoA conversion of this propanyl-CoA into succinyl-CoA, this is entered into the tricarboxylic acid cycle. So this is the major difference between the odd chain fatty acids and the even chain fatty acids. And also the energy produced by this odd chain and even chain fatty acids are also different because the end molecules in this is different. So the produced energy is less in case of the odd chain fatty acids as compared to the even chain fatty acids. Now let's see what is the difference between the odd chain fatty acids beta oxidation. Beta oxidation of odd chain fatty acids. In case of the beta oxidation of odd chain fatty acids, the produced end molecule is propanyl-CoA. Propanyl-CoA, and this propanyl-CoA is this propanyl-CoA CH3 CH2 C double bond O S-CoA is converted into dimethyl malonyl CoA by the enzyme propanyl CoA carboxylase in the presence of biotin as coenzyme. Also the ATP is converted into ADP plus phosphate and the carbon is incorporated into the molecule. In the first step of the oxidation of propanyl-CoA produced during the beta oxidation of odd chain fatty acids, this propanyl-CoA CH3 CH2 C double bond O S-CoA by the enzyme propanyl-CoA carboxylase in the presence of the biotin and by the conversion of the ATP into ADP plus phosphate by incorporating the carbon dioxide into the molecule is converted into dimethyl malonyl CoA CH3 CH2. At that position the carbon dioxide is attached and the dimethyl malonyl CoA is formed. Then this dimethyl malonyl CoA in the next step is converted into L-methyl malonyl CoA. The difference between the position of the D and L of this is the D and L racemase mixture of the methyl malonyl CoA. Racemase enzyme is here that is converted the D-methyl malonyl CoA into L-methyl malonyl CoA. And then this L-methyl malonyl CoA by the enzyme mutase. Then this by the enzyme mutase methyl malonyl CoA mutase by the in the presence of vitamin B12 as the coenzyme. This is converted into succinyl CoA. Finally, this is converted into by the enzyme mutase by the enzyme mutase, this is converted into succinyl CoA. Succinyl is converted into succinyl CoA. The final product by the enzyme methyl malonyl CoA. This is in the presence of vitamin B12 as a coenzyme. This is converted into succinyl CoA. By these steps, the propanol CoA is converted into succinyl CoA. Succinyl CoA, as you know, is the intermediate of the tricarboxylic acid cycle, and where they entered in the form of the succinyl CoA, the propanol CoA is entered into the citric acid cycle and produces the energy. These are the steps of the conversion of propanol CoA into succinyl CoA when the R-chain fatty acids undergoes the beta oxidation. Now we go towards the calculation of the energy produced during these R-chain fatty acids beta oxidation. If the molecule of fatty acid is 17 carbon, then by the formula 17 divided by 2 now we this is not used it. We uses it that 17 carbon molecule by the one cycle is converted into 15. In the first cycle is converted into 15 carbon plus 2 carbon acetyl CoA. Right? Then in the other cycle, this 15 carbon molecule in the second cycle is converted into 13 carbon plus 2 carbon acetyl CoA. Then in the third cycle, this is converted into 11 carbon plus 2 carbon acetyl CoA. Then this 11 carbon molecule is converted into 9 carbon molecule plus 2 carbon acetyl CoA. In the next cycle, this 9 carbon molecule is converted into 7 carbon plus 2 carbon acetyl CoA. Then in the next cycle, this is converted into 5 carbon plus 2 carbon acetyl CoA. And then in the seventh cycle, this is converted into 3 carbon plus 2 carbon. Now in the end product, the 3 carbon propanyl CoA produced, which is converted into succinyl CoA, and this succinyl CoA is entered into the citric acid cycle for the production of energy. So now we know that in case of the 17 carbon molecule, the 7 cycles occur. 7 cycles occurred. In the 7 cycles, the produced amount of energy in each cycle, 5 ATP is produced in each cycle. 5 ATP produced. So in the 7 cycles, 5 into 7, 35 ATP is produced. Then this acetyl CoA. How much acetyl CoAs are produced? Now there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rather than 8, there is 7 acetyl CoAs produced. When 7 acetyl CoA produces the amount of energy by the citric acid cycle, in which one citric acid cycle 12 ATP is produced. So by the 7 acetyl CoAs, 84 ATPs are produced by the 7 acetyl CoAs. And one succinyl CoA is produced. One succinyl CoA is produced by the propanyl CoA, and this succinyl CoA gives the, by the citric acid cycle, gives the 5 ATPs. Then so the net gain here, net gain of energy by 17 carbon molecule is 35 ATPs, 84 ATPs and 5 ATP. One 24 ATPs are produced here. 124 ATPs are produced, from which 1 ATP is used at the activation step. So the produced energy by the 17 carbon compound is 123 ATPs. The energy is lower down by out-chain fatty acids, because here the last molecule, that is the acetyl CoA, rather than this there is the production of the propanyl CoA, which lower downs the energy from 12 ATPs to the 5 ATP. So this energy is reduced by the OR chain fatty acids. Next is the this is all about the beta oxidation of the saturated fatty acids. Either they are the OR chain fatty acids or either they are the even chain fatty acids. But also the beta oxidation of the unsaturated fatty acids are also different from the saturated fatty acids, because you know that the unsaturated fatty acids contains the double bonds, and this double bond must to be converted back into the single bond. Then the beta oxidation can be occurred. So in case of the unsaturated fatty acids, the 3 double bonds are present in the you know about the unsaturated fatty acids beta oxidation. In case of unsaturated fatty acids, the oleic acid, these are the oleic acid, linoleic acid and linoleic acid. These all are the 18 carbon compounds. These all are the 18 carbon compounds, but they differ in the presence of the double bond in them. Here is the one double bond. Here is 2 double bonds. Here is 3 double bonds. So in case of the beta oxidation of these unsaturated fatty acids, the molecules of these unsaturated fatty acids to be hindered at 3 different positions. In case of folic acids, the bond between the double bond present in the oleic acid is converted by the enzyme isomerase, which converts the 3 trans derivative to 2 trans derivative that serve as the substrate for the hydratase. For the breakage of this first double bond, we use the isomerase enzyme that converts this double bond into single bond, and then the formed molecule is used as the derivative of the hydratase enzyme. And by using this isomerase enzyme, by removing the double bond present in oleic acid, then this oleic acid undergoes the normal beta oxidation as it is in case of the even chain fatty acids. Similarly, in case of linoleic acid, which contains the 2 double bonds, the first enzyme that is used for the breakage of the first double bond is the isomerase enzyme. Similarly, and the second enzyme is breakdown by the presence of the reductase enzyme, NADPH dependent reductase. First double bond removed by isomerase again, and the second double bond by the NADPH dependent NADPH dependent reductase. And by removing these double bonds, these again undergoes the normal beta oxidation of the even chain fatty acids. Then in case of the linolenic acid, in which the 3 double bonds are present, first double bond is removed by the isomerase enzyme again. The second is by the NADPH dependent reductase, and the third double bond is removed by the oxidase enzyme. The third is removed by the oxidase enzyme, which uses the FADH2 as the coenzyme. And by removing these 3 double bonds, this linolenic acid also undergoes the beta oxidation of normal saturated fat, like the normal saturated fatty acids of the even chain carbons. These are the only differences between the unsaturated fatty acids beta oxidation and the difference of the beta oxidation of odd chain fatty acids from the even chain fatty acids. Here we CH3, CH2, 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 CH2. This is the 18 carbon fatty acid. Here the bond present in case of the oleic acid is between the 9th and 10th position. This is the, if the bond is present between the 9th and 10th position, then it is called as the oleic acid. And then when the other bond is present between the 12th, 13th, then it is called as the linoleic acid. And when the double bond is present between the 16 carbon, then it is called as the linolenic acid, which contains the 3 double bonds. And these 3 double bonds are changed into the single bonds by the action of the first bond by the action of the isomerase enzyme, the second bond by the action of the reductase enzyme, and the third one by the oxidase enzyme. That is all about the beta oxidation of the unsaturated fatty acids and beta oxidation of the odd chain fatty acids. If you have any questions regarding this lecture, you may please guys ask me on ask me by putting the comments in the comment section of the YouTube channel, or you can write me your questions in the WhatsApp group, or you can approach me on my email address. I hope you understand this topic. If you have any questions, you may please approach me on my WhatsApp group on my email address, or by putting comments into the YouTube channel. Thank you so very much, students. Allah Hafiz.